appropriate response to distress calls made to the security agencies to flush out the bandits and resettle the villagers to their ancestral homes, despite the proximity of the Nigerian Air Force base and the military formations that are based in Benue State. The military in my constituency do not go after the terrorists. And also, the terrorists do not go after the military. Even when the police or villagers try to repair them, the military are the ones that try to stop them. Mr. Speaker, during the president's visit to Benue State after the Yelwata massacre, the Totif, His Royal Majesty, Professor James Otis Ayatse, told the president, and I quote, that the killings in Benue are a calculated, well-planned, and full-scale genocidal invasion and land grabbing by the terrorists and bandits. Yet, the killings have continued, despite the information being passed directly to the Commander-in-Chief. Mr. Speaker, despite appeals from His Royal Majesty and this
Honorable Member, time up, please.
I have spent not up to 2 minutes.
You started at 25 past 1. 25 past 1. You started.
Prayer, sir, to urge the government to facilitate the return and resettlement and rehabilitation of victims of the entire of the people of Gwe West and Gwe East Federal Constituency and Benue State at large. And there should be unambiguous directive by the Commander-in-Chief to the military to ensure that the bandits and terrorists are flushed from this country. And finally, the government should engage ex-servicemen.
That time is up. Member, time up, please.
To help in the fight of the banditry in this country. The engagement of 50,000 youths is okay, but for the immediate action now, ex-servicemen, military ex-servicemen should be engaged by the government to come in and serve in their states of origin. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Is Honorable Aluko in the House? Honorable Aluko. Honorable Blessing Onu, the floor is yours. My palace, please get ready after Blessing Onu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Oh, sorry about that.
Blessing Onu, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues.
We called Fatoba. Fatoba, were you here?
Did you say Blessing Onu, Mr. Speaker?
Honorable Fatoba Olushola, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Fatoba Olushola.
I'm here, right, honorable,
Yeah, so
sir.
Do I have the floor, sir?
Yeah, please, Blessing, wait, let him finish.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker. I remain Fatoba Olushola. I represent the entire people of Ado-Ekiti, Irepo the fellow the Federal Constituency. I'm from Ekiti State. Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, let me first of all commend the leadership for deeming it fit to allow this security discussion and deliberation, at least for the 3 consecutive days. My submission will be on 3 points. 1, it is on strengthening the intelligence coordination, while the second solution is defining the role of national security advisors and the Minister of Defense, while the third one has to do with the reintegration of repentant militants into security services. Number one has to do with strengthening intelligence coordination. This has to do with creating a National Intelligence Fusion Center led by NSA, then use technology, drones, satellite image, cyber tracking to monitor criminals. Then the third one, improve information sharing between DSS, Air Force, military, intelligence, police intelligence, and local security actors. The second, B, modernize, professionalize the armed forces and police by improving training, discipline, welfare, and logistics. Increase investment in locally produced defense technology. Introduce multi-level policing with federal, states, and community policing model to improve response time. Then tackle the root cause. The root cause, A, is security cannot rely on gun alone. So we have to look into reduce the youth unemployment through job programs. Second, secure border to stop arms smuggling. Engage local leaders, traditional institutions, and civil defense in peace buildings. Then the judicial and legal reforms. We have to look at this critically because it has a lot to do. If there is a deterrent for people that are involved in criminal activities, I believe it will send a very serious signal to others. So we have to look at establish special courts for terrorism, kidnapping, banditry, and ritual killings. The ritual killers. So if we have a special court,
about 30 seconds more.
Yeah, if we have a special court to try these people, at least it will ensure swift prosecution of the offenders and introduce strict penalties for officials aiding criminals groups. Then the third one has to do with the integration of repentant militants into security forces. This must stop if we want to have a very critical and serious policing and security system.
Time up, Honorable Fatoba. Thank you very much. Please turn off your microphone. Honorable Blessing, the floor is yours. After that, we'll go to Afolabi Afuakbe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Blessing Onyecheonu, and I represent the good people of Otukpo Ohimini Federal Constituency. I am from Benue State. Mr. Speaker, I would like to commend you for dedicating the whole of this week towards addressing the insecurity issues that has bedeviled us as a nation. And I would also want to commend the previous speaker who has spoken, and on which I will write and reiterate a few. Years ago, Mr. Speaker, I would beat my chest to say that this can never happen in my constituent of Otukpo Ohimini Federal Constituency. A once peaceful community has become a den for these criminals. We cannot continue to call this banditry. Our country is under attack. Our country is under siege. This is a massacre. It is terrorism in its highest form. It is a genocide. It is ethnic cleansing. And we must tag it or name it as such. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, when we hear figures like 50, 70, 350, these are not just mere data or numbers. These are humans. These are lives. People that we swore an oath to protect. And something has to be done, Mr. Speaker. We acknowledge the government for their continuous effort, especially the recent release of Kwara and Kebbi students. We equally appreciate the swift response of Mr. President and his recent declaration of national security emergency. However, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, people are being killed brutally. I cannot even describe it. Words cannot express it on a daily basis. Kidnapped and raped. Honorable colleagues, this is a cry for help from the good people of Otukpo in the federal constituency. We are presently living in fear. We cannot go to our farms. We can no longer sleep with our two eyes closed. My submission, my resolve, Mr. Speaker, to, as a matter of urgency, introduce security as a major subject in our primary schools. This is to teach our children basic safety awareness, because we don't know what those people are teaching their children. Majority of the people apprehended are 13, 14, 15 years old. So we must introduce security as a major subject in our primary schools. Secondly, to lend my voice to support the establishment of state policing. Thirdly, empower and train vigilante units at the world level. Recently, the people of Angule from my place apprehended these criminals with their bare hands. And also commend the Otukpo vigilantes as well. One of my cousins, Abu Omoha, was affected. He was shot and still recovering. They rescued kidnappers. And thirdly, I support us to seek external technical support to buy more drones and digitalize our security. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Blessing, 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm done. I'm a timekeeper.
Thank you very much. Honorable Afwekpe, as Honorable Omar Bio gets ready.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Afolabi Afwekpe. I represent the Premier Local Government in Nigeria, Abeokuta South, and I'm from the Gateway State, Ogun State. The issue of insecurity in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. We all know the background to this, and we know the attendant effects of this ugly situation in our country. However, a lot has been done. Mr. President, in the speech yesterday, has tried to carry out some policy that will assist us. As in the expansion of recruitment exercise, both the police and army is a welcome development. However, we cannot continue doing things the same way and we are expecting to get different results. How do you want this recruitment to be done? Is it that you recruit somebody and transfer somebody from Taraba State to go and police Ogun State? All this cannot work. We need to localize this recruitment and let them police the respective community that have been recruited. This locally, this will surely help us in many ways. The issue of state police is a welcome address development too. And I want to quickly do most of the things I will have loved to mention have been mentioned by my colleagues. But I want to quickly run 2 or 3. We need to strengthen the legislative framework. There is need for us to review the Terrorism Prevention Act and look at it to make it more stringent in terms of punishment for terrorists in this country. That is very, very key. We also need to also implement community security plan to empower local government to develop tailored security strategy that will, we cannot be in Abuja and be making policy for local people. We need to decentralize this policy in order to help us. And equally need to invest in technology and intelligence. That has been said. We need to go another way. The recruitment is important, but we need to digitalize most of these things and let it get it done. However, the only area that I think has not been dwelled so that I want to bring our attention into is the fact that there is a positive correlation between development and insecurity. If you don't develop, you cannot solve these security challenges. When people are not happy, when we find it difficult to put food on Nigeria's table, there's no way we will be able to solve it. No matter how amount of money we spend on insecurity, until we are able to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, until also to look at our value system. We don't need to flaunt, people that are rich don't need to flaunt their wealth at the detriment of others. If you continue this way, insecurity will still live on with us. We need, all hands must be on deck, and I pray that Nigeria will be a better place and a safer place for all of us. Thanks, and God bless you.
Thank you for sticking to time. That is very considerate of you. Honorable Omabio, please, 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my respected honorable colleagues. Mohammed Omar Bio is my name. I speak for the people of Baruten and Kayama Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I come from Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, it is true the menace of these insurgents is quite sad and most disturbing to us as a country. Mr. Speaker, over time, Kayama and Baruten local government have recorded a significant number of casualties as a result of the random operation of the Mahmouda group, terrorist group, otherwise known as Mahmoudawa. The Mahmoudawa group are those terrorists terrorizing Niger State and Kwara State, while the Lakurawa terrorizes Kebbi, Zamfara, and Sokoto axis. The Bindarawa are in Katsina side, while the Boko Haram are in the northern Nigeria, the northeastern Nigeria, I mean to say. Mr. Speaker, you will note with dismay the coming of these insurgents have caused a lot of major distortions in the country. For instance, our children can no longer go to school without being kidnapped. Economically, transactions can no longer take place with ease. Mr. Speaker, our farmers can no longer go to farm with peace of mind and return safely. Mr. Speaker, apparent distrust now ensued between us as citizens. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, my prayers are as follows. 1, establishment of military base in Kayama local government and in Baruten local government respectively to ease the tension of the terrorists. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, is to advise the federal government and the state government respectively to take control of mineral mining in Nigeria. Number 3, Mr. Speaker,